guys, welcome to
Hi.
a beautiful episode of Is It Scripted? Because, baby, Jonathan will say, baby, we are beautiful. We are looking good.
Yes. And 1 minute silence for Jonathan. Thank you very much.
1 minute what?
Silence for
He's
Jonathan.
not dead.
I know he's not dead, but like he's not here either.
So,
Anyways, guys, I know you must be wondering why are these people dressed like this? You'll find out on social media, but yeah, we wanted to have like a little bit of fun with our outfits today.
yeah.
And we decided to switch it up. I'm wearing Gen Z lace and she's wearing, well, whatever she's wearing.
Anyways, shout out to my mother. My mother's closet for
Yeah.
this. Because I never think of putting on something like this or owning something like this, right? Because what am I doing with it?
No, but then it's cute.
But you know who inspired us? You definitely know the person that inspired us to actually pull this off. Shout outs to Folari. Is that what it was? Folari? He's like, Fowls. Yeah, second dance, second up, second dance.
Shout out to Fowls. We decided to jump on the challenge today and we said, why not like wear the outfit for our actual episode. So we decided to do that as well. But then how are you doing? How are you
I'm
today?
stressed. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Look, I'm always tired and stressed. But man, I need sleep. I need like enough sleep.
Let me tell you guys, Faith is owing rent in Lagos.
Abi?
That's why she works as hard as she does. She's either owing rent or she has paid down payment for one house in Lekki and now she has to pay her complete money. And the real estate company are disturbing her because she works so much and that's why she's always tired.
And most times, usually, my kind of work is there are weeks I would go without even doing anything.
Really?
And then, funnily enough, what's going to happen is the time that I will have a job, everything will just come together. Like, everybody just coming together, like, at the same time. That's how it goes, man, because it's a lot. But I don't want us to talk about, so much like last week.
I mean, you guys already know what I do. My life is basically like a cycle. I do the same thing over and over again, week in, week out. I still currently work my 9 to 5. For y'all that have been waiting for me to quit.
Which you would.
Well, I didn't say that. I just realized that people in my office actually watch this show. Yeah. So no. I don't think did I ever say that I was going to quit? Quit what? I love my job so much. Capitalism rocks.
Guys, colleagues, his colleagues, his whatever.
There's obsessed with capitalism.
There's evidence. But I'm liking this thing. This is like an old gele kind of feel.
Yes, it's retro.
I was just looking for something that'll go there. Okay, this looks nice. I just pick it up for my mommy's whatever.
It's very cute.
But why did we stop dressing like this though? Because I feel like this is so cute. I think I would pick this over, maybe a corset
I have the perfect
kind of
story
thing.
for that. So yesterday on my way back, I took the ferry. So when I got to the jetty, I wanted to come outside, and then I heard like a couple of men speaking. And they were talking about what's that now? They were talking about how like we've always tried to be Western, like especially Nigerians, because they were talking. It was like an African conversation.
Yeah, we do.
But then I said, especially Nigerians try to look like Americans.
Yes, we
try to act like Americans. Try to speak like Americans. And then I realized that growing up, when I decided I wanted to start presenting, and I was working on my accents and how I speak and all of that, I used to mirror a lot of like American people.
Definitely.
And it was something that I did, like it was in my subconscious. Like I didn't really think about it. I just thought like that was the perfect direction because everything I saw on TV was almost close to that. Even the presenters that I saw on TV in Nigeria,
they spoke like
that.
Mm-hmm.
So this has now become like a problem that is deeply rooted in our society as well. We try to, like, whenever we think about style, whenever we would evolve, you see us doing something that, Americans did like a couple of years ago. Do you understand? So yeah, that makes sense. But I really think that, if you want to dress retro and you want that to be your style, please do it. I would even appreciate that even more. Yeah. But then if you want to also tie your stomach and, turn your 30 inches waist into 14 inches,
I don't think I'll ever do that.
I support you as well.
I don't
Yeah.
think I can't breathe. But it's comfortable. But yeah,
Well,
we should appreciate
explosive
this.
moments are on the internet, and they've been flying on the internet the entire week. Since last week, I think. Big
This week,
Brother
since
Naija,
last week.
since last week, yeah. Big Brother Naija reunion started. And
Yeah.
yes, we've been very excited. Like everybody is excited about Big Brother. I remember telling a colleague of mine, and she was so surprised when I said this. I said that up until FINA season, that's like 2023, I guess. No,
No,
2022.
22.
Yeah. Up until FINA season, and this is going to surprise a lot of people. I used to host voting centers in my house. So I come from a family that my family is they're huge fans of Big Brother. My mom would like back then. My mom would watch Big Brother and tell you all their names. Like she used to have faves. She was always involved in the conversation. Of course, like she's not on the internet or anything, so she doesn't see what's happening on the internet. But she'll talk to us about it, talk to her friends about it. My mom knew even the issues more than I did at the time. And she would catch me up, even when I'm not around, she would catch me up on everything that has happened. She
Tell your
watched
mama
the
I said
reunion.
hi.
Like she used to be obsessed with Big Brother. So in my house, and I was also a huge fan of Big Brother. I remember far back as Miracle season.
That's a
My
long time
sister
ago.
used to be obsessed with Toby. I was obsessed with Erica. I was an elite for like a long time. I was obsessed with Fina. You would watch Big Brother the first night, the opening night, pick a fave, and would like we used to do the locking fave situation. I knew
From beginning to the
everything
end.
about Big Brother. I'm not joking. That 3 months, my family is glued to the TV. And I was telling my colleague, and she was so surprised. Do people do that? I'm like, yes, we'll host the voting centers,
Yeah.
vote for your fave. When Erica was disqualified, I remember I was in Ikorodu,
You broke
my
down.
mom's house. When Erica got disqualified, I had to hide in my brother's car because of the amount of people in my street that came to my house. That's how bad it was. They came to my
Because you
house to drag me. Because people that have insulted. Once I hear that you're a local fan, I'm dragging the hell out of you. And I know you must have seen like one of those videos where the day Lakon won, and then Erica fans they were screaming,
Yeah.
Erica is our winner. I did that too.
Well,
I did that.
but you're
did
bigger than that now.
But I'm not entirely bigger than that. If the show still gives me what it did back then, I was
back
still. I'm
then.
in love with I love reality shows. That's what I live for. I'm never ashamed to say I'm somebody's fave on the internet. Everybody knew I liked Fina. I'll follow her, post on my stories and whatnot. Not anymore, but like back then. So if they give me a season that is worth it, because I think that
You'd also pick a fave.
yeah, I'll pick a fave and I'll seek like I used to make videos and post on Twitter and stuff. I think Erica
Now
reposted
you
one.
drag back.
And please, I've had it enough with trolls. You people should leave my life alone. Thank you very much. But today we're talking about the reunion. So the reunion so far. My words, I can mumble my words sometimes. The reunion so far. What are your thoughts?
I like one thing I always appreciate about reunion of Big Brother is to always clarify some of the issues on ground.
Yeah, I think
But I
that's
feel
very
like this one
important.
took so long that most times maybe they might not remember, or before the reunion, having to come together in the hotel and all, they probably have to relive some of the moment. That's by watching the show and something, so that you can remember and be brought to speed what happened.
Yeah.
But so far it's been good. I like the fact that you guys have to clarify issues that you brought to our space. Meaning that while on the Big Brother Naija show, right, people had things to say and now they want to come out to clarify it. And the first one we're starting off with is Chinwe and Zion. What's that their ship name
I
again?
can't even remember. Zinwe. Was it Zinwe?
Zinwe, yeah, Zinwe.
Yes, I think it was Zinwe.
Oh,
One thing
I
I'm
like
going
both
to
of them
say.
together,
See, let me
though.
tell you guys one thing. I didn't watch the last season of Big Brother as much because, as I said, I think the show has been watered down for me a lot, and I think it has something to do with the casting. The casting has been a problem, and I think the idea of the pairing up, blah blah
It
blah.
was good.
I think it was good, but I still like maintain the fact that the casting was the problem. They didn't cast as much people that were entertaining. So now when I mean
How would
entertaining,
they know?
look at
It's
Chinwe.
a lot of people.
No, that's why you have casting directors. Don't say how would they know. That's why
see,
you have casting directors that their jobs are to find out the people that will sell
See,
the
it's
show.
not acting, no. See, there's one
It's
thing.
not acting.
No, that's what I want to explain to you now. So you see, when I want to, come on the show, and I know that there are certain criteria I have to meet, certain qualifications that I have to have, and I'm on the show, and you say there's a casting director, and maybe I'm just trying to maybe form for like a week or so. That's why I said it's not acting. Because once it's acting, once you tell the person, play this part, let me see what you can do. The person plays the part. If the person does not do it well, this person is not an actor. This person is not fit to be an actor. But then for casting for a reality show, if you have 1,001 people and you bring it down to 500, you bring it down to 100, and you bring it down to a 50, how many people do you want to stay with for how long to know if they're entertaining or not?
Okay,
that's
one
thing.
Let me say something.
So I want to know how you feel like, they should know that these people are entertaining.
Beautiful question.
Like I said, they'll meet the criteria and the qualification. And if you pretend to fit into this role, that's when it starts playing out when they are in the house, because it's 3 months. So you're not going to lie for three good months. You cannot even do that. Your character will come out.
So let me tell you exactly where I'm going to. See, the thing is, you people are always making me speak Yoruba. The last episode I spoke Yoruba, but let me say it. There's something that Yoruba say. It's called a finiwa. So your behavior is like smoke. You can't hide a finiwa. Yes. You can't hide. Your true behaviors will not hide. So, like, let's say casting directors. So, first of all, I'm very sure Big Brother has a team of casting directors, right? One. And here's the reason their casting takes so long. Because usually when reality casting directors for reality shows would cast, it takes time to cast them because they know that people can lie to get on these shows.
Yeah.
So they have to take them through some rigorous steps, some rigorous stages
to
screen them to figure out who you really are. That's one. Now, two, these casting directors, over time, there are systems put in place where they try to figure out the best of the best to put on the show. Now, we know that in Nigeria, first of all, anything I say now is my personal opinion. Why in Nigeria, people pay to get on these shows. This is something that we've heard. I don't know how true that is, but people pay to get on these shows. Let's say 50% of the people that are on the show paid to get on the show. There's no screening for them. Nobody screened them. So whether you're interesting, whether you are...
we don't know.
We don't really know what you can give. Now, the other 50% that didn't pay to be on the show, that they did the rigorous screening for.
You feel like those are the entertaining ones?
Those are the ones that will now carry the show. Now, there is not enough people to carry the show. Because now we've seen that on the show, there are people that, even as bad as the season was, because you can agree that last season was terrible. As bad as the season was, there are people that carried the show. And that's what brings me to Chinwe and Zion. Looking at Chinwe and Zion, Chinwe alone, coming back to the reunion, I'll tell you this one time, that girl is reality TV gold. Nobody can tell me otherwise. If she had come on the show on her own, if we didn't like her, we would have hated her. One of the two. But you see, in Big Brother's house, like and hate would keep you in the house. Either people like you or they hate you. The only time you will leave early is if you're in between. If people cannot seem to get you. But if you are a villain, people will support you. People will keep you in the house. If you are the most lovable person, people will support you and keep you in the house as well. And she gave that. Look at the reunion. She came with receipts. This girl stood up from her chair, carried her phone and said, Ebuka, went on Snapchat. She's reality TV gold. So coming back, I think that the mistake she made was going on the show with a pair. But I feel like that's what the season... That was the season. So she didn't know. But like her on her own, she's good.
What if...
She's good.
She's good, yeah. But then what if she had gone on her own and probably did not even pick her? But now seeing that, hopefully there is another All-Star season.
Maybe she'll come back and then do so well.
Right? But the thing is, they gave it their best. She was real. I know
Yeah.
that she was real
She
all
was
through,
real. She
all
was
through.
real.
But the issues that they have, that's Zion and Chingwe, a lot of things flying here and there. Even Zion had to put out a public statement saying some other things, concerning their relationship. And then I like the fact that the both of them acknowledge that they still have affection, for one another. When she
Zion
was
is a
like,
liar.
how you take no?
Zion is a liar.
How do you know?
Zion is a liar. Let me switch off this stuff and put it down so I can talk very well.
It's about to go down.
Zion is a liar. Let me tell you something about Zion. Boys like that, we know them. We know just by looking at him, we know them. Boys like Zion. Now let me not mention names before they come and knock me with a defamation lawsuit. Anyways, boys like Zion are jobless boys in Lagos, and I did not stutter. You would see these men that feed off women personally. This girl, Chinwe, as Ebuka said in I think the first episode, it was like, we know Chinwe not a lie. So we can already establish, and from the way she explained it, if you're a person, you can actually tell that she didn't lie. For most of it, she didn't lie. You're dating someone, you say that it was over for you, but you were still with her and you were collecting money from her. It already shows that there was a motive. You were there for a reason, right? Now, Chinwe being who Chinwe is.
So a guy cannot collect money from his girl. Is that what you mean?
A guy cannot feed off his girl.
Is that feeding?
Yeah. He can't feed off his girl.
But was that feeding? He was sure mentioned that, I helped you here and there and all of that.
Not helped you here and there. She took him out every time. He never took her out one time. What are you saying?
And this is love.
I'm sorry, guys. And then
this is love. So
you remember where he said when she went to the club.
Safe. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Continue.
Where they went to the club, and then she said that he was looking for an in drive, and then he came and said, and they booked two Prados. Your friends booked the Prado. Your friends that were living in Ikate, they booked that Prado. I wasn't there. I don't know, but Chinwe said, you went to Ikate. You said you went back to your friend's crib. They booked the Prado. Because you that didn't have money to pay for the drinks in the club, that she had to borrow you 290K. That's what she said now.
But that's what she said.
That's what she said. And we all saw it on in the reunion, the first episode. She said, and she came with receipts. And where she gave him the money. And he even gave her 150. Where's the other 140? I hope he returned it.
Oh.
I hope you give her back her money.
See, let's not drag this too much because this guy is just.
Actually,
I'm like, as a guy, you should support your man, your fellow man, but you're just doing too much.
No, I'm not doing too much. I'm just calling it what it is. I'm not pained. Honestly, I'm not. I'm just I feel bad at the fact that he tried to paint her to be a terrible person when in reverse
actually caused the breakup.
Yeah, when in reverse he did more than she did in the relationship. Like, he did more hurt than she did in the relationship. Now, I'm not saying that Chinwe wasn't at fault in any way. That relationship was chaotic to begin with. And Chinwe
was chaotic from the day that they even came into the house.
Chinwe had her own part that she played in the relationship going bad, but he did more. But now coming out to release a statement, things that you couldn't say on the show.
So I find that statement very annoying and very offensive. I found it very annoying.
It was very offensive.
I would tell you that the statement was very offensive and very annoying. Offensive. I would not know. I don't know what I would do if I was in Chinwe's position, having to put that out and start saying stuff like, I don't know where you get your money, but you've been spending it.
Exactly.
I don't know where you get money.
You don't know where you get money, but you collected 290K.
Relationship.
You asked for 450. You have collected. She has paid so many times. When you go out, she's paying. Everything that brought you to Big Brother's house, she did. She did everything for you, and you stayed in the relationship. And now you're coming and saying, you don't know where she gets her money from. She's this, she's that. Oh, please, go and sit down. Sit somewhere and figure out your life.
Are we done?
Yes, we're done.
Okay. All right. Well, my dear.
It's
okay, my dear.
The problem is, I just don't like it. I don't like it when certain men try to downplay. As I say it, I'm a feminist. But far from being a feminist, it's just logic. See, if you are a supportive woman, and you're dating a good man, there will be no reason for you to feel, even if you break up with that man, there'll be no reason for you to even spill out that you were the most supportive in the, because even if it didn't support you with money, it would have
Supported with other
supported
things.
you with other things. You can see in the house that they had issues. Chinwe is a problematic person on her own. You can't date Chinwe and not, have to
Fight.
deal with her tantrums, right? But then it still remains the fact that I don't think that Zion really liked her. It was simply with her because of the things that he was gaining from the relationship. That's how I see it. It was
So
purely
more than 8
transactional.
months.
It was purely transactional. And Chinwe is just the delusional one to think that she was going to get anything from him. Because a man is coming to you, and every time he comes to you, it is for money. And you are always giving him the money. What were you
She did not
thinking?
tell you that one. She didn't tell
What were you thinking?
She didn't tell you that one.
She didn't tell us, but
another
then, yeah, that's what it
relationship
is.
that ended, and I felt like what really happened here is the indie in a relationship. That's the auntie and the niece.
You people are just triggering me. You have decided to trigger me this episode because you're talking about something that I'm very passionate about again.
The both of them.
Yeah.
So
The
I was
relationship.
wondering, what went wrong. I was wondering what happened because the both of them came in. I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful having an auntie and a niece on the show.
On the show.
And
Beautiful
the
dynamic.
both of them in Yoruba, shoshi.
No.
They didn't do. They did
so well on the show.
They did so well. They did so well. This girl's intelligent. This girl's classic. This girl's, both of them. And I was also wondering what went wrong because this now blood. This one is not even girlfriend and boyfriend, husband, because you can live with each other and you ever just go on their own. But this is your blood. This is your sister's child. So now, what went wrong?
In your personal opinion, what do you think went wrong?
I don't know what went wrong. I know at some point on the show, I remember that that's what's the Ine is the younger one.
Yeah.
The auntie is what's her name again? I've forgotten. Chine. Chine.
Yeah.
So now Chine has always, you don't have my back. You don't have my back. You didn't do this. You're not doing that. Stop talking to me in a certain way that, people would also have to talk down on me too. I think that was where the problem started from, right on the show. Where it's like, what did I say? Yoruba kilagbe kilaj. Why are you reacting this way? Do you get? And other people, if we're not blood related on the show, and you mess up, I might change it for you.
Yeah.
But because we're blood related, I can't do so much.
It's a different story.
Yeah. I cannot do so much. I cannot tell you how to do. But now if I talk, you feel like I'm being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. You feel like I do not have the right to treat you or talk to you that way in front of everybody, seeing that I am way older than you. And,
I like the fact that you said what you just said. I want you to finish.
I'm way older than you and things like that. And it's in this part of the world where we disrespect the people that were older than. Is it? No. We disrespect people that we know that are younger than us.
That's
the right way
exactly.
Mm-hmm. We always do that, and I would not do that. You see, for me, I'm the firstborn. I have siblings. I always respect that these people, they have boundaries. I respect that this. If you ask, can you help me do this? If you cannot help me, say no. It's fine. No, there's no. You don't have to take life so seriously.
Yeah.
You don't have to take life so seriously.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you get offended by it, but you move past it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I'm this kind of person that if you offend me now, I might just go from here to there and then I've forgotten because I forget a lot of things. I'll just forget. Breeze just like this.
I'm going to piggyback on what you said about respect. In Nigeria is the only place I've known all my life. And the respect thing is embedded in our culture and it's becoming a problem. And I'll tell you how. Every single time a younger person defends themselves, speaks up for themselves, everybody says it's disrespectful. Rude. They tag it as you're rude, you're disrespectful, you don't have respect, you don't have basic ethics, you don't respect your elders, just because you've decided that you don't want to take some certain things that you shouldn't even take on a normal day, and you are standing up for yourself and defending yourself. They call it rude. And I'm also going to say this, in as much as our culture supports, respect and all of that, emotional intelligence is very important.
Hey, we lack that one.
We lack it.
We lack
We lack
emotion.
it.
A lot of people.
You that is older than
70%.
somebody with 3-4 years, you need to learn emotional intelligence. See, that's why I'm grateful for. My family is not perfect, but like I have 4 older siblings. Aside from my half siblings, but my direct siblings, I have 4 older siblings, and my first brother. We had a conversation today just right before we were shooting, and then this was something that was in relation to his money that I'm not entitled to. He was supposed to do something for me and he didn't do it. Do you know that when we're talking on the phone, and then I was telling him an update about the stuff, he apologized to me for not like being
Having
able to come through at the time. He apologized. He said, he's so sorry. And this was something that it's not a small feat. It's not something that like just anybody can do for you. You know, and this is somebody that is willing to do it and now apologizing to you. This is emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. That's how you should treat your siblings. Your siblings are not, you're not entitled to the respect you get from your siblings. You need to earn it. Yes, and earning it is, the way to earn it is by being emotionally intelligent.
Aside siblings gone,
Aside
in
siblings,
Nigeria,
in general,
we feel. I'm not saying you should not respect. The younger ones should not respect the older ones. I've been in situations where, you know what, because I mean, I don't talk so much. My sister gonna give you heart, whoever you are. But for me, I would, whatever I do, I would just like, be there and not say anything. But one thing we always do is, because you're older, we ride the younger ones.
Yeah.
And if you now find the ones that are not outspoken, we just do them like this.
Yeah.
Just like, shut up, I'm talking, just keep your mouth shut, I'm talking. And you find the ones that are outspoken, you tag them as, like you said, as being rude, coming off as rude. But we've gotten to the age where we should understand that it's not, we have to think before we do something. I recently read somebody talking about consequential thinking. Think before doing that particular thing that you know that even if the person is younger than you, even if the person is like 4 years old or 3, no matter how old the person is, some certain things you just say, this person says this kind of thing. And that's why children, when you see children like that, you see children that most times are outspoken. And now I like the fact that a lot of parents are now embracing their children to be more outspoken. And when people want to shut them up, they always correct that person and say, don't shut my child up. Let her talk. Let him talk. So now back to Chine and Ine. The both of them, I respected her. That's Ine. I respected what she did.
I respected it too. Big ups to you. Big ups to you.
For saying that she would not want to talk about the situation on the show
On camera.
that is on the camera, right? And she would not want to bring all of that attention to her is within the family.
Do you know that I find it like very problematic when people come on shows that like the Nigerian public can watch and then they talk about like their family, like just so, like let's say you're having issues with your siblings or your mom or your parents, and then I know it also depends on family dynamic as well. But like let's say you're from like a regular Nigerian family, like your family is not torn apart, like you might even still settle the issue, and you now come on a show and you're like laying everything down. It's unnecessary. Like
we don't have to know that.
We don't have to know that, honestly.
Hopefully they settle. Hopefully they settle. Just hopefully, because one thing that is common on this show is a lot of pair came and they came together. They went their separate ways.
Yeah.
That's to tell you that sometimes we only have to be in an enclosed space for you to know if your relationship is going to thrive or not.
Yeah.
And that's why it happens most time in marriages and things like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk about Cassie and Kelly because both of them are so sweet. I love the both of them.
You do?
Right? Yes! I'm a fan.
We're such different people.
You're not a fan.
No, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
You're not a fan of both of them.
Kelly didn't deserve the money.
Now you sabi that one. Shawin. Now you sabi he's with the money. What did you guys get?
So when I mean didn't deserve the money, I'm not saying outrightly it didn't deserve the money. You should not take me wrong. What I'm saying is there were people in the house that did more to get the money.
But
and now this is from the perspective
Who
of
has ever deserved it? you know how this thing works now.
No, of course.
Whoever we all love it happened with Lekon. It
Yeah.
happened with White Money. Now it's happening with.
It happened with even Miracle as well.
Right?
It didn't do as much.
It happened with Efe.
Yeah.
So let's just see. Forget the fact that now who do pass.
Yeah, but it still doesn't take it away. It still doesn't take away from the fact that it doesn't take away from the fact that there are people that deserved the money more.
But it's not his fault that he won.
I'm not saying it's his fault, anyways.
Most people are saying, but it's not his fault that he's won. Nigerians are whatever. Nigeria love Nigerians. You know, we love who we love. If we
it's not about us
you,
loving who we love. He was married. We had to ride, and there was he was married. You know, the only other people that could have actually gotten the money were women. We're not a country that supports women like that. Let's be honest. We're not a country that supports women. They were women, and then now audacious women that dared to show off their body on to a show that families watch. You will never win. No. I'm sorry. I never saw the women winning, because I knew that if this was an international show, trust me, the other people that were there would have won. These girls came on the show and gave it their all. I'm talking Wani, I'm talking Handy, I'm talking Onyeka. You know, all these women, they did so much more for the show than Kelly Ray. Now, we're the deciding factor. We decide who wins.
That's why I said.
Yes, so like it depends on what we think. It doesn't matter what they did in the house, how much they cooked, how much they danced, how much they did tasks, you know, how funny they were. It just depends. Do we like the person because he has K-leg? Okay, we'll give him the money. And that's it. So I feel like regardless of what I personally might have thought about who was winning, Nigerians decided.
Yeah. So that's why I said, even if we feel like, you feel like, forget this.
Yeah.
Anyways, a lot of relationship on this show has gone apart. And I feel so bad because a lot of people came in together and they left separately. Now, one person that I also want to talk about is DJ Flo and Ruthie. Yeah. Right? With everything that DJ Flo has said,
I wish I could. Flo.
Sweet girl.
I love
sweet girl.
DJ Flo.
So I would also want to listen to Ruthie's side of the story, because I know that DJ Flo is the ice and then Ruthie is the fire, right? But
now I think fire has quenched ice.
Same thing I said last week on the show, that about if you're doing too much and you're doing something about, my friend or something, I will not even say anything. I don't like trouble. I hate trouble. I don't like, because if trouble comes like this, if I can face it, I'll face it. If I can't face it, I'll start to cry. Right? So I do not even like it. So if you know me and you feel like, oh, somebody's fighting, I'm supposed to defend the person. And I told you, you already know the kind of behavior. You already know the kind of person that I am. You should be the one defending me, because I don't like trouble. Yeah. And you understand that you're saying, oh, you never defended me anyway. You didn't do this, you didn't do that.
And I agree.
Somebody that you've been with for 10 good years. Yeah. I have a friendship of 15 years, right? And I know, and this person should know that she can do, talk and then defend me. But me, if you like talk from now till next year, I would not even say one thing. I'll probably go inside and cry, and then maybe come outside and then I would be okay.
I think it's one of two things.
But doing something here...
Yeah, I think it's one of two things. Like on the last episode, I said that if you tell me something about my friend, I will go and tell my friend the exact thing that you say. See, there's also like another angle to it. Me as a person, if we're close friends, like you're my best friend, and you are fighting with somebody that we both know, I would defend you. Whenever that conversation comes up around that person, I will support you. My loyalty lies with you. But what I will not do is fight with the person.
That's the same situation that happened
if I don't have a personal relationship, a personal like confrontation or a personal issue with the person. I don't think there's any need for us to have an issue just because you're fighting with my friend.
So there's a saying
if it's the conversation, that's what I'm saying still.
Your enemy,
if there's
my
a
friend,
conversation
what's
of...
this one? My friend's enemy should be your enemy.
What I think Ruthie is saying is, although probably Ruthie might have wanted DJ Flo to pick up her battles too.
Which I will never do.
Me, I won't pick up battles per se, but if a conversation comes up around it, I would always
That is
defend my
different.
friend. I will
That's
be
different.
loyal to my friend. I will not, even if my friend is the one that is wrong,
I
I will
understand.
support my
That's
friend.
different, right? That
Yeah.
one is a different thing because we're having a
But I
conversation
won't say
and
I
we're
will now
talking.
burn our relationship because you're having issues with my friend. No, I
So
wouldn't do that.
I know
No.
that you say that the enemy of my friend is also my enemy.
Yeah.
It might not work for me.
I don't agree
No,
with that.
I do not
I
also
don't think
agree
it's
with
even
that.
smart.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It don't, just because you're my friend and you're not talking to a certain person doesn't mean that I will not talk
Not
to
also talk
that
to the
person.
person.
Does except if the person has also offended me
And
and I
thank
feel
God my
like okay,
friends,
what
they
the person do?
understand that.
Because that's rubbish. So now imagine her, is having to say this and then she going outside hearing a whole lot of things. And one of the things that would always affect is once you're outside the show, having to go and watch all of the clips that you didn't see. The other part where you were not there and you heard what this person said, the narrative she was
And I
putting
think that
outside, and
a lot
it's
of
a whole
people, a lot of
lot.
people on Big Brother, they forget something. And I think
There's a
it's also
life
a
before Big
problem,
Brother.
and there's a life after. Like they forget something, and the thing that they forget, and I feel like a lot of people on reality shows forget it too. The show is a game. It is purely competition. I'm not going on that show to be your friend. See, we can form a relationship after the show. You can get to find out who I am after the show because I'm not going to go into Big Brother's house without a strategy. And if my strategy involves burning you as a person, I will burn you because guess what? It's 100 million naira on the line. People came there to win. People didn't come to you're literally fighting for your life. If you came there with a mindset of I just want blue, I'm not really interested in the money, then you can do that. But if you're truly, truly determined to win, if it requires burning someone, throwing them under the bus, doing what you have to do, I won't take fault in that. After the house, you can have a conversation and say, this is not who I am.
I
It
just
was
did that for the
purely a
shush.
game. I wanted everybody needs money in Nigeria. Life is hard. If you have to fight for the money, fight for the money. I don't support you going the extra mile to make somebody look bad. If you even have to now come back, issue a statement, do a video and say, disclaimer, it was all a game, yada, 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 that's not who I am. It's important that you do that. But if people go into that house with the mindset of, we're all just playing a game, and we're here, in fact, if somebody decides to say something about you, you would even be the best person to take it. If you go to the house, my advice to people going into Big Brother's house is this. If somebody decides to attack you in the house, take that attack and make a strategy out of it. Because the truth is, people are watching 24/7. You cannot just be getting angry for no reason. Saying somebody is targeting you, somebody is fighting you. Okay, Nelly said they were setting her up. That's Chinwe and Ruthie. What did you do about the setup? They were setting you up. Why didn't you go into the IIS session to call them out? Use it as a strategy to make them look terrible. Make them look horrible, like horrible people. You need to go into the house with a gamer's mindset, with a player's mindset. Play the actual game. And that's what a lot of people do. Because they just go into the house and feel like the Big Brother platform will just make you popular, make you famous.
One person that actually used this strategy you're talking about is Lekon and Erica.
Yeah.
Even if you support Erica though.
Yeah.
But she had like a lot of things on him and he actually used it to himself. Also Ilebaye too.
Ilebaye as well. There are
so
people
that
that
kind
have
of
used this strategy
thing.
and it has worked for them. They've actually won the show. If somebody is targeting you, better pray that every day they wake up, let them target you. Because through that, you can see that Nigerians are very, in as much as we like to look like we're wicked sometimes, we're very empathetic people. We like to, and we're sentimental as well. Once we feel a certain way about something, we'll ride the wave till the end. And if you can get Nigerians to be on your side like that, you win the show. You win the show. I think like a lot more people that are going on Big Brother should go in with a lot of more strategy. And going with strategy, don't go in with strategy that you want to go and be cooking. You want to go and be singing. You want to go and be dancing. These things are not entertaining. Do you know what we think is entertaining? Natural things. At every single time in the house, change your strategy. Let it align with what's going on in the house. Because the truth is,
at the moment.
as at the moment, if people are moving mad, move mad with them. If people are being kumbaya and nice and your job is to disrupt things at the time, disrupt it. Do you remember Big Brother from way back when they would go and hide T-Boss's perfume? Go and hide her stuff just to create. We loved it. She would look for her perfume in the entire house. We knew where it was. We're watching somebody scramble and find a perfume and she's crying on TV, calling a meeting, telling Big Brother, I can't find my perfume. Debbie Rice, they used to hide a guitar. Every single time. People were actually fighting for the money. Now, we've watered down the show so much to the point that people go there
just for the fame.
Just for the fame and think that Big Brother is just going to make you famous. That's not true. You need to have personality. You need to put in more work. You need to do something for us to actually see you. If we can't see you, you see that 1 year. In fact, they don't even get up to the 1 year anymore.
6 months.
6 months at most.
Because I've forgotten most
Everybody will forget about you.
I literally have forgotten
remember
most of
half
them.
their names. I can't.
The only people I know
It's just the people that have
remember
highlights in the reunion now that are doing so well.
So
And that's how we move into this couple can lie. Oh, it was Onyeka that said that. And she said that to the only standing remaining couple.
Yeah, Cassie and
Kelleray. So, what are your thoughts on Cassia and Kelleray and how everything played out in the reunion? Tell me. Before I come and spill my mind.
No, do first. I don't want to talk too much.
No, but I want you to, she's a fan. She's a fan, so I want her to go ahead and speak.
I actually want to defend. I want to defend.
So in as much as I see, Nigerians have always disappointed me. And I've expressed it every single time. You've always disappointed me, and I'm not surprised. We gave Kelleray the money. Because I'm a Nigerian as well.
Did you vote for him?
No, I didn't.
So you didn't give him the money?
But I'm a Nigerian
You didn't give him the money, Oga. You didn't vote for him.
Did you vote?
I voted.
Okay, you gave Kelleray the money. Fine, it's all right. Another person that is a singer, we've given him money to go and enter studio and record. We've still not seen anything, but that's fine. It's all right.
Are you sorry?
Now, my problem is, you came on the show with your husband, right? I'm talking about Cassia now. Their strategy was to come on the show and say inside the house that they're not married, but everybody knew outside that they're married.
Yeah.
That was your show, and it worked perfectly for them. A lot of women in Nigeria forget that they actually have a life.
Now you sabi.
And it's annoying. At this point, you just want to think about it and you go like, what are you doing? Girl, like, what are you doing?
Okay, what did she do?
I'm not saying don't defend your husband though, but people have personal issues. This is a show. Let them dish it out.
Girl, sorry, boy. Dish it out. Girl,
see,
wait, hold on. You know what I said?
Hold on,
wait. You know when I said that?
Let me finish.
Wait, see.
When you see fan bases
you were doing too much for Zion and Chinwe. Let me talk.
When you see these fan bases,
let me talk.
These ones that they really don't have so much to offer. All they do is make noise. And that's the truth. And you can see that it reflects in their fan base as well.
You're not serious.
You can see
the
people that got the money and look at their fan base. But like as I was saying, let me finish. Hold on now. Let me finish.
When I said no,
I want to finish.
No.
Okay.
When I said that my friend's enemy is not my enemy. My husband's enemy. He's my enemy. Not my friend. My husband's enemy is my enemy.
So then why did she have a problem when Chizoba was trying to defend her sister?
And see, but you see what?
Let me tell you something. I'm not a physical person.
Don't come for my husband. I'll come for you.
But if we're having a conversation, even if you're not insulting my mother and you mention my mother's name, Chizoba is nice. Chizoba was sitting close to Cassia, and Cassia said mother, and then the only thing she said was, no, Cassia, don't do that. You see, before, she even said, no, we don't like them.
Nika, you know if you like person.
But she's a woman, I can't touch a woman. But
if it was a man, if that's a real
you see the chair, you would have gone down.
Don't carry your Ikorodu attitude outside.
It's not about Ikorodu attitude. No, it's not about Ikorodu attitude.
I'm not saying, but...
See, even if I am the most bougie person on, if you mention my mother's name in an argument, that's uncalled for. You can't.
Yeah,
I don't care how rude you are.
That's uncalled for.
You cannot call my mother's name in an argument.
No, that's not good. You
can't
say whatever it is.
You can't do that. You can't call my mother's name in an argument. That's not...
She decided to handle it that way.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
I just think she's nicer. I don't think I would eat anybody, but like...
You can talk and,
we'll
have
destroy
all of the
place. We will destroy the place.
And,
yeah, I don't think I would physically eat somebody, but like we would destroy the place.
You don't already talk.
But as I was saying before, I feel like Cassia needs to, and there's still time to, although they've recorded the reunion already, but I hope she surprises me. There's still time to reclaim herself on the show.
Reclaim herself as how now?
Girl, every conversation is revolving around Kelly Ray. Somebody is speaking about Kelly Ray, you're speaking. Let them talk. Let them talk. The man will not do the same. Like when she was having an argument, he barely said a word. Let them speak.
Anyways.
Like you came here and you came to be defender of the most high, defender of a man. Girl.
Well, that's her husband.
I know it's her husband, but girl. You came on the show, you have a career of your own. And I think that a lot of women, and this is why I said...
But that's women's attitude, not a man. A man might probably not say so much. No, but when he was getting too much, he told Onyeka to shut up and stop talking to Cassia like that.
Do you know the problem? Should I tell you what the problem is? This thing that you've just said. The double standard that we give men and women in Nigeria is problematic. And I cannot express it enough. There is nothing in this world like a man and a woman. Which one is she's defending is a woman's thing? Defend your woman.
No, see,
if at any point somebody says something, girl, when that's what I'm saying.
He defended her.
Exactly, he did the right thing. Him did the right thing.
So
now let's not expect her. You are expecting her to the way she was on the show, like. At every point that they mentioned Kelly Ray's name, she was saying something about it. You're expecting that to be the normal thing for a woman to do. But you don't think it's normal for a man to do it. It doesn't make any sense.
I won't do that.
Exactly. Let them, if you were both on the show, and the idea of the way you guys both got on the show was you were separate entities. You didn't go on the show together. People have individual issues to ash out with individual people on the show.
I understand.
Don't talk over people when they're talking about your husband. We know that it's your husband, but girl, do that in your house. This is not this is a Big Brother studio. Why were they not sitting together? Did they
put everybody together?
Exactly. When producer said, go and sit there, why didn't she say, no, I want to sit with my husband? Will you sit down? Please.
You can't understand.
I can't understand why.
Yeah, don't worry. Oh,
why can't I understand?
You will not understand it.
Why?
Don't worry.
Because I'm not married.
Am I married? No. Yeah. So you will not understand.
You are in a very peculiar situation.
That one ain't concern me. But I was having this conversation last night.
You might not be married, but like you're in a very peculiar situation. That's why you can relate to Cassia.
So you cannot relate.
Relate to Cassia.
But wait, I was
Didn't you say one ex Andy? They are twins. They are twins. They knew what they were doing. Wani was having a conversation with who? I think it was Onyeka now. And at every point, Andy never spoke. Andy never spoke.
Andy. That's Andy's attitude. So right from the Big Brother house, that is Andy's attitude. But she's the quiet one.
It's not even about. It's not about being quiet. It's about allowing people. It's about allowing people ash out their issues. If your husband is if somebody is saying something about your husband, and even if you don't think it, because honestly, if you come on a show, let's say you come on a show with your partner. I'm not going to see your partner the way you see your partner. Lie. If your partner is a terrible person, I will see him as a terrible person.
That's a normal
And while I'm saying your partner is a terrible person, from my POV, I'm also a firm believer of a good friend can be a terrible partner.
Yeah.
A good father can be a terrible son. A good father can be a terrible grandfather. A good father can be a terrible husband.
Yeah.
Things like that. So if somebody is saying something about your husband, I know you want to defend, right? But the only time I think it's right for you to defend is probably when, they're disrespectful or they call him out of his name. And the right thing to do is...
At some point, they were disrespectful.
The right thing to do is don't do that or something. Be respectful as well. This is a conversation.
Get yourself somebody that's going to defend you every single time. Because I don't
and
know
also get yourself a man that will go to war for you. Get yourself a man that will go to war for you.
Did he tell you that he's not going to go to war for his
Get
wife?
a man that will go to war for you.
Nice.
Yeah. Who's next on the agenda? Bye. Bye to Kelly Ray and Cassia.
So far,
the winners that don't look like one.
Do they have to look like one?
I mean,
you see people that used to cause all these things. That's why a lot of them are broke. That's why Zion is broke.
I'm not
he's looking for one woman to go and collect money.
Because he doesn't have a job.
That's
Zion is broke because he doesn't have a job. Zion is broke because it doesn't have a job.
It's Nigerians that always make
Zion is broke because it doesn't have a job. Don't say we are pressured. Nobody has pressured Zion into being broke.
That's a lie. Not only Zion. No, not only Zion. I'm saying generally. The thing
Yeah.
The idea that we have is whenever I come out of the house, see, we're not going inside the house to pick money on the floor. Hold on. We're not going into the house to pick
Face.
money on the floor. If I go into the house with 0 naira and then I come outside with 0 naira, now you people are not expecting me to leave with 6 zeros. Start living above my means. This is one thing that happens. We come outside, we get an hotel, we have to put on nice clothes, we have to,
Sorry.
make our hair every 2 days or one day. We have to change outfit. We have to do this one.
I have
We have to
things
do
to
that one.
say.
If I'm not like that, if I don't
Yeah.
have the money, if let's say I'm part of the people that I'm just maybe
Yeah.
they didn't use connection, maybe by luck they picked me. Now luck shine on my head. They can't pick me. I don't get anything before. We now want to put this pressure. That's what Nigerians, that's what we do. Most times I do it, right? I'm saying that this one is a general thing.
I don't think it's
we
general.
just say, wait, hold
do you know,
on.
Do you know,
hold on,
do you
we
know what
just-
I think?
look at what you just came
Do you
outside
know,
from Big
I
Brother
feel
now.
like,
Look at the way you look.
See, at every point in time,
And then they are pressured
See,
to do what they're not
see, let me
supposed
tell
to
you,
do.
let me tell
and
you.
they run into debt.
Oladayo, perception is everything. Perception is everything in life. The truth is, honestly, we blame everybody but ourselves in situations like this. The reality is, nobody is pressuring you to be what you are not.
And you
If you
can't
wear
pressure me,
a
though.
round neck
You can't.
to Big Brother's reunion, the highest we would do is say, why are you wearing a round neck?
Somebody did.
What?
Yeah, somebody did.
I'm not mentioning names for
Somebody
free.
did. Well, I was like, girl. I was like, boy, a face cap.
Why
And
are
then
you
round
wearing
neck.
the highest we'll do is why are you wearing
Mickey,
a round
no,
neck?
was it Mickey?
But
Yes,
wait,
Mickey.
has Mickey died now?
No.
Did anything happen to Mickey? Perception is everything. See, Lucy was selling bole after Big Brother. That's what she does. She sells bole and fish, and I think she also like had a beauty store in a corner in Eco Hotels or something like that. I can't really remember. But the thing I'm trying to point at is perception is everything. If we come and say the reason they are broke is people are pressuring you, you're allowing yourself to be pressured. We've seen people that have gone into the house and came out and went back into their normal lives. Chinwe is still living in Benin. Why didn't she move to Lagos? Because everybody's in Lagos.
So I know most people that came from
so
outside
if we
Lagos
keep
had to
saying
move
that
to
we're
Lagos.
pressuring you, people will always talk. Nigerians will always have opinions. That's the truth.
And their opinions don't matter.
And their opinions don't matter. Why are you making yourself feel pressured? You're not saying there's no standard for Big Brother people. The highest we'll do is the stereotype that is linked to Big Brother people. Probably, it takes a lot of work to break out of the shell. But saying people are pressuring you into being broke, that's a lie. That's a lie. You feel pressured because you like what other people look like. You're not comfortable with where you are. You're not content with your situation. If you are, the internet is such a big place. You will find your crowd. They will insult you at first, right? But once we get bored with it, we'll move on and move past it. That's the thing with Nigerians. Don't come and say people are pressuring you. That's why you are broke, because you have to rent 2 Prados. That is a lie. But then, yeah.
You just have to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, whatever it is, I love this reunion anyway. It was a
No,
great
I love
one.
it. See,
I love the reunion.
the
It was
reunion
a
has
great
given me
one.
more than the 3 months of their nonsense gave me. So I'm at least that's good.
So maybe next week, next week we'll have, if
More
they
to
continue,
say.
we'll have more to say.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have maybe somebody else to also.
But then I think
another side of
Chinwe deserves a
conversation.
reality show.
Yes.
She deserves her own person. I'll watch it. I'll pay to watch it.
Keeping up with Chinwe.
I will pay to watch it. She's such a fave.
All right. So before we round up, there's
Yeah.
this. We saved the best for the last.
Is it really the best?
No, not like the best in person, but like the best gist, because I want to drag somebody. I want to talk. We've always had issues with this person, even when we're recording the last season.
Yeah.
Right? As to how this
I
person is doing
saw.
so much, and that is Onyeka.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
So there's one thing I'm going to say about Onyeka. So my problem with Onyeka is she talks a big talk and she really doesn't act on it. You remember when she said after the entire argument, she now said it's a game and stuff. The only reason she said it's a game was because it felt like she was losing the argument. Now my problem with her is she went to the reunion thinking that she was going to win arguments when there were clips of her being horrible to people, being terrible to people. See, we've had a Tasha on the show. The highest Tasha did in reunion was, I can't recollect. I don't remember. It would have been better if she said she doesn't, even if they are playing the clip like this, say you don't remember. Nobody will beat you. The IIS will say is, oh, she did it, she's lying. But coming to now make yourself look bad on purpose, and you're now like rambling. First of all, you're saying
Yeah, you're
jealousy.
bitter. Like, what's there to be bitter about you? Or what's there to be jealous about you? You know, we had the situation that she was
Girl,
always in triangles
always in
with
triangles.
Wani, Sean, Victoria, OC. Was he OC or OZ?
I can't
I
tell
think
from
one of them.
those two boys too. I don't know.
One of them. But yeah, you're always
Multi-choice, please do
somewhere.
better with your casting. Just do better. There were people that were not supposed to be on that show.
Nice, Abby.
There were people that weren't supposed to
But
be on that show. Do better with
she
your
was
casting.
always, somewhere. And the fact that you're mentioning you're just jealous, I'm like, what's there to be jealous about you?
Yeah.
You did a lot on the show. We spoke about it here.
Yeah.
You did a lot when
She
it comes
entertained
with,
us.
yes, she did.
She was
but like you said, if she
entertaining.
was very strategic about it,
It would have worked for her.
Yes, it would have worked for her. Not getting into different mess. If you're just in one person's triangle and you're playing your card so well, beautiful.
And I
but
think they
because you're everywhere,
most times, rather, they forget about one thing: that there are cameras in every corner of the house. It's very easy. Do you know it's very easy to forget? It's very easy because your strategy is this. You're talking about your strategy here. We can see where you're talking about this strategy. We can see where you're playing it out. Remember that the only place you can have conversations about your strategy is inside your mind. Or you go and take book and be writing it and be reading it. Once we can hear about it and we know what your strategy is, it will most likely not work unless we don't know. And I think that's where she got it wrong. She came to the house and then I think she saw that because they could tell, even in the house, they knew that more people, like the amount of people that were entertaining to the amount of people that were not entertaining was like there was a big gap. So they were trying to fill up the gap like somehow. And I think maybe the producers might have also like in one way or the other hinted them that you guys are not doing, because Ebuka kept on saying it during live shows that you guys did you come here to play? Did you come here to sleep?
Yes.
So some people felt like they needed to step up, and I feel like that's where Onyeka decided that let me shake things up.
And then she said she carried the show.
And then she said she carried the show. You carried the show, but you didn't win. How did? I'm not understanding these people. It's a lot to deal with, and I think coming out of the house, the reality sets in very quickly. So she also went into the reunion with the same strategy, and now it's still not working. You have to be smart about these things. You're coming back into the reunion and you're doing the same thing that didn't win you the money, that didn't get you the money. You are being in, you're just
everywhere.
You're everywhere. Like, pick a struggle.
You're everywhere.
And that's what I really didn't appreciate about the entire thing. I mean, did I think so much to it? No. But did I really see her? No. I'm not, she didn't do so much for me. Like, it was because I already clocked whatever she was doing. There was nothing she did surprise me. There was nothing new, nothing fresh. I mean, look at Chinwe. Chinwe came and she has shown us a totally different side in the reunion. And we're loving up on it. We love her. Wani and Andy, the same thing as well. They came back to the show, but they're very strategic. Wani is only speaking when they're asking her questions.
Yes.
Andy is only talking when they're asking her questions. They're expressing their point very well, and we're getting it. But you just ramble on the same point over and over and over again.
And there's no landing.
There's no landing. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But the next season or the coming season of Big Brother, what do you feel like? Now I have no idea what they would actually do now, because the last time it was paired, before then it was the All Stars, and now we don't know what's going to happen now. But in general, what do you think? Maybe they should do better, or maybe what you're expecting?
I think that what they should do, and like the audition, they changed the audition style back to physical again. I think that's very smart. And I think they are putting more energy into the casting this time. So I hope to see people that are truly, truly interesting enough to be on the show. Because the truth is, you don't even have to be loud to be entertaining.
Yeah.
You don't have to be all over the place to be entertaining. Just give us something that we can work with. And I think that that's what they're doing. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what the show brings
Me too. I'm
moving
excited.
forward. And I'm very excited for this new season because this is like a redemption for them.
Yeah.
We're trying to, because they've given us back-to-back terrible seasons. Not back-to-back, but like we've seen over time. Now the seasons that are not so good are now getting, it's almost looking like it's more than the good seasons. The only reason All Stars was nice or good was
Because
because
we know them.
we know them already. But
Yes.
just looking at that season from what it was and the strategy behind it, it wasn't great. So I'm very excited to see what they can do this time and how they can redeem themselves.
Okay.
Multi-choice, take notes. Yeah.
You should watch it and take note.
Yeah.
Well, you want to listen to all of this conversation and other ones on Jamit.app. And that brings us to the end of today's show.
And you
It
can
was
also
super great.
listen on other audio platforms as well. You can catch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, share, do all of that good
Yeah.
stuff. Also follow us on all our socials. If you want to find us on our personal social media handles as well, you can find us on Jamit on Is It Scripted Instagram as well. So yeah.
Let's just call it here. Tiola Dayo. Thank you.
Right? You find me somehow. I can't tell you. I'm not telling you my handle.
I'm not going to stress you. Mine is Tiola Dayo. Right?
Yeah. You find me.
And then maybe Jonathan, when you see him. Yeah, that's if you're listening, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of today's show.
That's the end of today's episode. Oh, this was so fun to
It was
shoot,
great.
guys. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, I'm going to return my mama's clothes back to her closet.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mama, for the beautiful fit. Love it. Bye, guys.